Hello, this is John Locke with another edition of SEO Q&A. The question that I'm answering today goes like this. So we noticed that our competitor, they have a domain that expired and they're selling it now for $15,000. Now it has some links coming into it, and the name is, it's not a lot of words, it's a good title. Should we invest in this? Should we pay $15,000 to buy this domain? So here's my opinion. My opinion on this is it's very unlikely that this domain is worth $15,000. Now, the best way to buy a domain, if you can do it, is to buy the actual business or acquire the business and take over the domain while it's still in use. And I'm going to tell you why right now. Expired domains for a long time passed more value than what they do right now. And the reason being is a couple of years ago, Google became a domain registrar. That means that they can sell domain names. And the reason that they did this was to be able to track the Whois records, so the total history of who has bought and sold and owned a domain. Now, the reason that they did this is because a lot of people buy expired domains and they build what are called private blog networks, or PBNs. Now, PBNs, what they are people buying these expired domains, and they will recreate sites very similar to what they were, and they will interlink to one another, and the goal is to pass enough PageRank between these domains to where people can sell links on these private blog networks to their clients. So instead of actually building up their brands for their clients, they basically spend a lot of time and effort building up these basically ghost sites. They're replicas of sites that were, and they basically resurrect them from the grave in order to sell links. Now, private blog networks, I won't get too deep into it, but a lot of work goes into this to make them, to where people can't detect them so easily. So people will register these with fake names. They will use many different hosts, or there's actually special private blog network hosting where it's a bunch of different IP addresses to make it harder for Google to realize they're looking at a private blog network. Now, around 2014, these became really devalued, and I'm going to link in the show notes an article called Confessions of a Google Spammer. It's a great article, but it was what happened to a lot of people who were in the PBN market at that time. Now, here in Sacramento, there are a couple people that I suspect of still using PBNs. There's one that I know for certain. There's two more that I strongly suspect. It does work sometimes, but back to your original question, why is this domain that you want to acquire worth $15,000? The whole reason why your competition is selling it for $15,000 is they believe that because they were successful with it in the past, that it still holds value for someone who owns that domain right now. The problem is Google devalues domains that are dead, buried, and put in the ground. So reanimating the corpse, reanimating this domain, you're not going to get the full value that it had when it was a living brand, which is why you should try to acquire domain names by acquiring brands while they're still active. If they have gone out of business and they're selling off the domain and the website has been gone for like 6 months, then if you reactivate that website in any way, shape, or form, the links that are coming into it are not going to have the original value. Resurrecting this domain is not going to have the original value. And this is why I say it's probably not worth $15,000. Even if it had a decent link profile, even if it had a good domain name, really the only value in it is the link profile. And it's going to be a discounted value from what it was originally, because this domain is dead and buried and you're trying to lift it back to life. Now, is there some value in it? Probably there is some value in it. If you wanted to buy this domain and either recreate the site and then point it toward yours, or if you wanted to just do a straight 301 redirect to your site, you could definitely do that, but I would definitely not be paying $15,000 for it. No way, no how. I can't think of a scenario where a domain name would be worth that much on a site that's been dead and put in the ground. I really do hope that answers that question. If you have an SEO question, you can drop it in comments below, and I would be happy to answer it. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and we help industrial and manufacturing firms get more requests for quotes. We're here publishing every single solitary day, so I'd love to see you subscribe. That's it for now. Until next time, peace.